Hi there, my name's Owen Davies. I'm a textile artist and we're on the stand of the Embroidered Knot Gardens. I'm affiliated with the Royal School of Needlework where I trained as an apprentice, and I'm now Head of Education at the Royal School. The stand that we're on is a combination of years of work, of my work, embroidering knot gardens, and it all started at Hampton Court Palace about 13 years ago. The design boards that are around me here feature knot gardens from around the world, and they're gardens that I have embroidered, and along with my students they have embroidered as well. Okay, on the table here we have a series of designs that feature in the Embroidered Knot Gardens book that was launched last summer by Batsford Books. And the book features a series of knot gardens designed by myself, and it takes you through the stages of designing, embroidering your own knot gardens. This particular knot garden was designed by Helen Parkinson. She was a student of mine, and she has gone on to design several knot gardens, and she's actually working on her Tudor brick walls that will surround this knot garden. She's used a combination of different embroidery techniques, mainly ribbon embroidery, canvas work, stump work, featuring minute miniature embroidery, which accumulates in a textured look to the garden. Quite amazing, really, an amazing feat for her to have done. We're now going to leave the stand here, and I'd like to show you some examples of needlework and actually go through the stages of embroidering some of the hedging in the gardens. The beauty of such a garden is that you have a variety of different stitches which you can work to any skill level. So an embroidered knot garden has ribbon embroidery, stump work, knitting, three-dimensional construction, and it's very easy to work at different levels. You can make your embroidered knot garden as simple or as complicated as you would like. Before we leave the garden, I'd like to talk to you about the brick walls that surround the garden. The brick walls are worked on 24 count canvas, and that's 24 threads to the inch, and each brick has been hand stitched using a combination of over 70 different shades of stranded cotton. The brick walls came about mainly because I had a group of students that came to my classes and had been coming for about 3 or 4 years, and they wanted to learn something new. And I was working at Hampton Court Palace, and totally influenced by the surroundings of the Tudor Palace, I decided that I would try and recreate the Tudor brick walls, which is what I've done here. Now, in order for me to get the right combination of shades, I took a series of shade cards down to the Rose Garden at Hampton Court, and one summer's evening I stayed late while the sun was setting, and I actually matched a whole series of different colours to the brickwork. While I was doing this, I had quite a few tourists that were quite interested in what I was doing because it was quite unusual, and I explained to them that I was trying to recreate the Tudor brick walls in a miniature form. In fact, it would be 1/24th scale. And this is what we have. Here is a series of different shaded bricks running from green at the base, running through the brickwork, so the brickwork is slightly paler, running to the original richer Tudor brickwork. Now, Tudor brick walls never had a damp course, and the handmade bricks were very porous, and that is why the change of colour has happened over the years. And that's why the texture and the colours work so well with embroidery, because it links in with the range of colours that are available. I'd like to tell you a little bit about this garden. It's very important that my students are influenced by all things around them, and this is a good example of some woodwork that can be adapted to be used for a knot garden. Now, I've simplified the design down. I've taken elements out of the original photograph, and I've used the actual carving to recreate the hedging. Okay, I've actually shaved and carved the hedging to create the carved wood effect that you can see here. And actually there is a change of colour where I've used a different dye lot to create a different form, a different shape within the carving. Okay, so now for me to be able to show you how to do some simple, straightforward plush work stitches, I will now lay the work flat so I can actually show you the form of the stitch.